Hey, Fix-It Tony here. Welcome to another Mercedes-Benz video. This is my 1994 C280. It's a W202 chassis. And it's now the end of December 2021. And while driving the car, noticed that the windshield washer fluid is not shooting out of the nozzles. So I have to figure out what the issue is. So in the engine bay, this is a reservoir for the windshield washer fluid. This connector is for the windshield washer fluid level sensor. And this is where you fill it. And the pump is right here. This little thing right here is the pump. Up on top is the plug, and somewhere is a outlet hose. Oh yeah, right back in there is the outlet hose. So that's going to be a tricky little sucker to get out of. And I also noticed there's a spring clamp on that, so that's going to be interesting to try to. Yeah, let's try to zoom in. You see that? Some sort of a hose clamp on that. So clearly that's going to be tricky to pull out. Not a problem, I don't think, but we're gonna do our best to figure out what the issue is. First thing I want to make sure is that this stock here is not the issue. So I know my windshield wipers work. When I push in, that is what activates the pump. So I have to see, while I'm pushing this, do I hear the pump operate or not? And I also need to check voltage. All right, so I have a helper now in the car. I'm going to say the keyword, and they're going to activate the switch, but not yet until I say activate. Because what I want to do is show, oh, that's negative. Let's just flip it around for, okay. All right, so now we're reading hardly any volts. Activate. Okay, let go. You can see how the voltage drops. Activate. 11.9 volts, 12 volts. This exciting process of extracting fluid is pretty straightforward. Use whatever tool you have. I'll spare you the process of watching me drain this tank and I'll see you when it's empty. So my next decision point is, can I replace the pump with the reservoir still in place? As you can see, there's not a lot of room to work with. And there's what looks like a quite fussy looking hose connection with a wire pinch clamp right at that point. So it's probably a good idea to invest in a pair of long needle nose pliers, because it allowed me to get in there, and I grabbed it from the sides like this, and gentle little wiggling, but completely vertical pull-up. The force is completely vertical. There really wasn't any clips or any locks, okay, involved with this particular plug. So once you pinch it and grab it, you just pull it straight up. So I'm gonna undo my plug for my level sensor. Now let me tell you, these plastic plugs are so brittle. There were these little pinch tabs right here, and all I did was just squeeze it ever so slightly to begin to move it over this little hook, and they broke off. So I'm sort of upset about that, but there was no other way around it. I don't know how else I could have done that. I think if you're watching this and you haven't done that yet and yours is still in good shape, maybe I would get a small micro screwdriver and come in from this way and just pry it gently. That might that might help to keep these tabs from breaking. So just advice for future people and watchers. So I'm going to disconnect my level sensor. This here is just a, I guess you call this a thumb screw. This actually connects, this actually attaches the reservoir to the body panel. Okay. The next thing is, this is the hose that wraps around here, goes underneath here, and dives down by the pump. So there's also this little clippy thing here, which I'll have to study it, but it looks like my bracket here, let me see here, it looks like this is already broken. So I hope I don't have to buy a new reservoir. The other thing I'm going to need to do is free up this hose. So the way that I'm going to do that is lift up this gasket, this sort of weather stripping, and just sort of put it off to the side. And you're going to see here this sort of plastic cover, and it's going to come over here, connects here, and connects here. This little protective cover has to come off so I could release this hose out from underneath this little hole right here where that's been covered up. So first thing is carefully, this is plastic. Yeah, very gently. That little clip goes there. Oh no. My little doohickey. Oh man. That accidentally went in there. This rubber thing. I wonder if I can just turn it. Stuck against the ABS. Bugger. Maybe it's gotta go this way. Up. Yeah, there you go. Up like this, you turn it up. Okay. Good to know for next time. Next up is figuring out what's going on over here. This little flip up rubber thingy. Boy, this is very, very old. There, just pull up, and that kind of did it. What was that? Okay, so this is the wire. You can see where the hose. Gotta try to mentally remember that the hose connects through this middle bracket. Now, interestingly, this little, I don't know if you can see this right here. This actually was just connected to a steel loop. So this actually didn't connect. It's sort of, see how this sort of slides? So I think you can keep this in place. I wouldn't mess around by bending this because you might break this bracket. It does just pull straight up out of here. So good luck on that. And then I should be able to just pull this pump right up, just up and out. All right. So there's the pump, and there's a grommet right here. See how this this grommet, I have a new one. This one looks, it's very stiff. I don't know if you can see this, it's very stiff. And it looks like there's a little piece broken. And then this is a spring clamp. going to try releasing it forward. There. Past the hose nipple. And then, okay, my clamp just went flying. I found a new clamp that I'm going to use, and this is a 7 to 9 millimeter screw clamp, and this is big. This should work. I'm going to put it on the new pump. What the new pump looks like, it's a Febby from Bilstein, and it looks, hopefully, the same. Hopefully, it looks the same as the old one. It does have, okay. It's a little rotated a little differently. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, there's my orientation. So here's the reservoir. And that's where the pump will go in. It's just gonna get pushed in. There's a new grommet that I'm gonna put. This grommet is right here. You can see that I'm gonna put this inside the tank, and this goes inside, friction fit, and that'll keep it from leaking. Now, as you can tell, the old one, I think I was probably having some fluid leaking here and there over time. Here's the old one, and here's the new one. You can see how this one deteriorated over time. So it's probably worth replacing. So the process first is push the grommet. There we go. And then I'm not going to put the pump in yet because I want to work on the connection with the hose first. And then I think it actually engaged in the same location as the other one. Hopefully, if you can see this, this clamp will fit in this groove. This pump is retained by these little tabs that are molded into the tank. So you can't just push it in, you're gonna have to slide it down. There. This hose clipped here. And this little nipple goes into a grommet down there. Oh, look at that. I do see the other piece of the grommet that broke off. It's in my tank. The other piece to that grommet. Huh. There is a little indent, little key, so you'll have to just be mindful. Interestingly, this has to be now the opposite way. So now I'm twisting this unnaturally, but it is in, it's plugged in. There, so slide the clip over top of that. So that's in. That landed in the grommet. You can see how it's not moving. And let's just get that tucked. There. That's back like that. And I'm going to take this little screw. I'm just going to refill partial. What I should do is reinstall this little clippy doohickey All right, moment of truth. Yay! Yay! Oh my God, it works! Oh my God! It works! Holy cow, we fixed it. Oh man, this is awesome. You know how much happier I am. So thank you so much for sticking through this video. I hope you learned something and hope this video will give you some value in helping solve and troubleshoot a windshield washer fluid issue. So thank you so much, and enjoy the winter wonderland. We have a lot of snow falling right now, so this is going to come in quite handy. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, and share. Bye. Happy New Year.